Hey, I'm Kaleb Spaugh. I'm a third grade reading teacher at Wayne Preparatory Academy in Goldsboro, North Carolina. This semester, for my unit plan, I taught social studies, and through social studies, I integrated language arts, math, and science. For my social studies standard, I chose NC3H1, and that talks about understanding how events, individuals, and ideas have influenced the history of local and regional communities. So we integrated language arts, NCRI 3.1, into that social studies standard, and that says determine the main idea of a text, recount the key details, and explain how they support the main idea. We also integrated math, NC3MD3, which said represent and interpret scaled pictures and bar graphs. And we also did science, NC3L22, explain how environmental conditions determine how well plants survive and grow. And so through that, we integrate through the integration of the content areas. We we went into social studies, math, and science, and language arts. And so, in doing that, social studies, we focus more about everyday life, and that's what social studies is. It's everyday life, and so we focus on what that looks like for the students and what that looks like in their area, because that's what we research the history of the area and what life looked like for people in this area every day. And then we integrated math um, into social studies, which is something I'd never done before. I wouldn't have ever thought integrating math into social studies. But I did that by using graphs. And graphs help students and just people in general grasp the information about what we're learning better than you would ever think. It helps it kind of put it into your hands, help you put eyes on what you're learning. And then we integrated science by seeing the part that agriculture has to play in our daily lives, and how it not only impacts our lives by what we eat and by how it feeds the animals and the meat that we eat, but also how it impacts the business and life of other people in our community and their businesses. And then we integrated language arts into social studies by reinforcing main idea and talking about what the main idea was in what we were learning, and how what we were reading was focused on social studies and what people were doing in the past and how they made a change. Um, so moving on, I then am thinking about how to use this in the future and kind of where I was. And so I think about where my thoughts were at the beginning of this course. And before, I just thought integrating was just kind of a space filling tool. I didn't really view it as a tool. I thought it was more of a, hey, you can, teach science when you're done with what you need to do for language arts. Because that's what the school I was at kind of told me to do. It was just more of a filler, and it wasn't really integrating. It was just putting this subject in your class as well. Now I'm realizing that it's a tool to build one subject onto another and reinforce the students' skills in both of them, and to really sharpen their skills. And in the future, I realize that I can do so much more than just integrate social studies, integrate science and social studies into language arts. Because I knew you could do that, but after realizing how I was able to integrate math into social studies, it really opens up my perspective of what is possible and what I can do. And so I would definitely do that now. It's something that I thought was impossible before, but I definitely realize that it's a very useful tool. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching my presentation, and I hope that you have a great day. Here's my references. Alrighty, thank you.